Unstoppable Success Radio, episode 83. Welcome to Unstoppable Success Radio. My name is Kelly Roach, former NFL cheerleader and Fortune 500 executive turned business growth strategist, helping entrepreneurs around the world to make 6- and 7-figure leaps in their business. Each week, we bring you multiple episodes designed to help you go further faster in accomplishing your goals and dreams. Now let's get down to business. As entrepreneurs, the number one thing we all crave is freedom. And one of the most counterintuitive things that can be confusing along your journey is that the more systems and the more structure you use to run your business, the more free you will be. Let's dive in. Welcome to Unstoppable Success Radio. I am your host, Kelly Roach, and I am super excited to be here with you today to talk about how systems will set you free in your business. The number one thing that entrepreneurs get stuck on is they become the hamster on the wheel in their own business. They build a very successful job for themselves where they work more and earn less than they did in their previous corporate career. Now, I know the number one reason why I started my business was to achieve freedom. And I know from all of my clients throughout the US, the United Kingdom, Malaysia, all over the world, that that's what they're looking for too. And so today's episode is to help you understand the top systems that you must put in place in your business if you want to achieve freedom. Now, if you're one of those creative entrepreneurs that wants to flow free and doesn't want to put structures and systems in place in your business, I want you to know that it may be work setting them up. But ultimately, one of the biggest reductions in your working hours and one of the biggest things that's going to ultimately make you a lot of money in your business is getting it running like a well-oiled machine. When you create systems in your business, work is transferable. People can easily be plugged into your business and help support you very quickly and easily. The better you are at documenting systems for success, the more freedom you have. Because even if people on your team change, which people do come and go, they move, they change careers, they fall off the face of the planet. We've all had those experiences, right? So, the better defined systems you have and the more well-documented you have them, the easier it's going to be to keep your business running with or without you. And I think as entrepreneurs, sometimes we forget our big why. And our big why usually has something to do with freedom. So if you want more freedom in your business, it's absolutely critical that you focus on systems. Because again, the systems are the stepping stone to creating a business that runs with or without you. I want you to write that down. Systems are the stepping stone to creating a business that runs with or without you. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to run through 10 key systems that you absolutely need in your business if you want to scale your business, if you want to create passive income, and if you want to create freedom in your business and in your life so that you can make money while you're sleeping and enjoy all the reasons why you started your business to begin with. Now, we're going to cover a lot here really fast because you guys know I like to keep my episodes under 30 minutes. So what I've done is I've created a guide to go along with this program, which you can get by going to com/83 to get the guide. That's Kelly Roach Coaching. So it's a lot of content that we're covering here today. You may not be able to get this all while you're driving or walking the dog or folding laundry or whatever you're doing while you're listening. So if that's the case, all you need to go to com/83. And when you get there, just enter your name and email, grab the guide. It's going to walk you through these systems. And then you can basically use what we talk about today as a checklist. Because the other thing is I don't want you to be overwhelmed. It takes time to create systems, just like it takes time to set up your online funnels and get all your online assets built and working. It's a lot of work up front, but it's a lifetime of enjoyment and value that comes afterwards. So all I want you to do today is I want you to really be in the moment. I want you to listen to these systems that we're talking about here. I want you to maybe identify one or two that you don't have in place in your business right now that if you got started with, it would make a big difference for you. And then go get the guide, and then that can be your checklist as far as a go forward plan to circle back through the rest of the things that we're talking about here. So the first big one is you have to have a system for managing your money. This is one of the biggest mistakes that I see entrepreneurs making, and it costs you big. So even before you're making money in your business, you have to be tracking your money. So even if you are still at the point where you are self-funding and you're investing your own personal funds, it is critical that you are doing a monthly P&L. You must have a bookkeeper that's providing a report to you for money in and money out, where the money's going, how much you're spending, how much it's costing to acquire a customer, so that you have your hands around what costs you're going to have to incur, where your break-even mark is, and what you need to get your revenue to get to that kind of 50% conversion ratio of getting to keep 50% of all the revenue that comes into your business. Then you can map out where you need to grow the business to get the type of investments that you want to get and to spend the type of advertising that you want and to hire staff. So the first most important systems that you want to get in place for your business are the systems around money. So that means tracking what's coming in and out. It means knowing how much you're spending. It means knowing how much money is coming into your bank account. It's looking at reports. It's planning. It's strategizing. And it's focusing on moving the needle on the dollars. You got to know what's coming in and going out, and you got to manage it if you want to live off of it and if you want to build wealth because of it. So the number one thing that I want you to focus on is managing your money, dollars coming in, dollars going out, planning and strategizing around what you want that to look like and what focus areas you're going to need to impact and press on and move the needle on to get from where you are to where you want to be. Many times I come across business owners who are behind on taxes, in a great deal of debt. The business is upside down. They're paying for staff, but they're not taking home a paycheck. Do not get yourself in that situation. You get yourself in that situation when you don't manage your money. So the number one rule is if you're going to be in business, you have a responsibility to produce a profit. So produce a profit, which means that you have to know what's happening financially in order to manage it and direct it and be in control of it to get the results that you want. Okay, number 2, a system for content repurposing. So, you guys have all heard the saying content is king. Well, content is only king if people see it. Right? So your content repurposing system is absolutely critical. It's something that you do not need to be the one to do, but it is something that you should have a system in place for and that someone should be doing for you. And it's all about distribution. So, we all have tons of content that we've created, whether it's articles, videos, audios, social media posts. But really, at the end of the day, for most entrepreneurs, they're not making money because of their content. They're not closing clients because of their content. And their content really just amounts to a lot of work with not a lot of return on investment. The reason why is because we stop at the producing content phase. Content only becomes valuable in making you money when you focus on the repurposing and distribution, meaning that people in your target market are actually seeing it, engaging with it, and it's leading to something. So the second big key is you want to have a system around content creation and repurposing, and you want to make sure you bring it full circle with distribution and engagement. If you are someone that's listening to this right now that's producing content and you're not making money because of it, you have to ask yourself, what changes do you need to make right now to be making money because of it? Because the only point of putting all this great work into producing valuable content is to attract and engage people in your target market. And sometimes we lose sight of the fact that there should be a direct line between the content that we're creating and the money in our bank account. So that's step number 2. Now I'm going to cover a big group of systems, and they all kind of fall under, you guessed it, sales and marketing. So I'm going to cover a handful here of really key systems. And this is your real moneymaker here, guys. This is where you're going to build a scalable business with passive income, where you can have a dream team, where you can go retire early and sit on the beach and do whatever it is that you dream of doing. That's the whole reason that you got into business. But you must have systems in place if you ever want to even get the ball rolling in that direction. So don't get overwhelmed. Focus on one and then create this as a checklist as far as where you need to go from here. So lead generation. Everything starts and ends with lead generation. If you don't have qualified leads coming onto your email list every single week that are moving into your sales funnel, you are going to get to a point where your business absolutely struggles and ultimately fails. So the first system for sales and marketing is lead generation. Now, there is so many endless ways that you can do lead generation, and we've talked about a lot of this on these episodes before. Creating your own podcast, being a podcast guest, using LinkedIn, using Twitter, Facebook, video, audio, PR. There's endless ways, marketing your free lead generation tools on Facebook and advertising them. You can start off with $5 a day and get a couple new leads each day that way. So there's endless ways to do lead generation, but it's very black and white. You have to be doing lead generation if you want to stay in business. So if you are not doing lead generation currently in your business, I would say this would be something that you would take away as a must take action on right away action step. And if you download the guide, I'm going to give you some specific examples and some specific strategies that you can get started on right away that are low cost, no cost strategies that anyone can use. Okay. The second step in that process is nurturing. So once you get a lead into your sales funnel, the biggest thing that's going to move them from being, let's say, a warm lead to a hot lead that's ready to buy is that nurturing. And the nurturing is where you share really valuable content and you invite them to engage with you and you present it in a compelling way and you share it often and you're in touch with them frequently and consistently. And they really get brought through that know, like, and trust process. It's the oldest thing in the book. It's nothing new. If you're not consistently engaging with your list and with the people that have said yes to wanting to learn more about you, they're not going to think of you as the ultimate go-to resource when they're finally ready to buy. So the nurturing is absolutely critical because the nurturing is where you actually build that rapport and that affinity and that relationship with the leads on your list to get them prepped and primed to buy. Okay. And then the third step is conversion. So conversion events, I like to call them. A conversion event, a sales consultation, a sales meeting, a live webinar where people can buy, a live streaming event where people can buy, a speaking engagement, right? So this is where there's direct interface between you and your prospect market where you're making an offer and they get to say yes or no to it. So there has to be systematic conversion events. So remember, you can have a part-time person. I helped one client do this earlier this year. They hired a part-time person 10 hours a week to schedule consultations and appointments. And literally for making that small little investment of having someone work 10 hours a week, they have made thousands upon thousands. They've more than doubled year over year, because of having someone focus strictly on scheduling appointments and consultations for them based on warm leads that were already in the funnel. So they weren't even going out and needing to get new leads in order to do this. They were targeting the leads already in the funnel. And you guys that know me and have been following me for a while know that I talk a lot about making sure that you have a system in place for targeting the people that are already in your funnel. Because a lot of times I see people get totally focused on lead generation, but they're not focused on nurturing and converting the people they already have. And so they're leaving thousands and thousands of dollars on the table. So those 3 steps, we talked about this. And if you didn't listen to the episode called Close a Client a Week, I want to really strongly encourage you to go back and listen to that because I do a really in-depth deep dive of how you can start adding another client a week to your business very, very quickly with these 3 steps: lead generation, nurture, and convert. Okay, the next one is upsells. So this is one I want you to star, highlight, write down, come back and listen again, get the guide, whatever it is. But this is huge. I see so much money being left on the table with my clients every single day with this because they're not making offers to their own clients. Your clients want VIP service. Your clients want the VIP day. They want the upgraded private work with you. They want the specialized customized service. And they're the people that are going to be willing to pay for it because they've already had a taste of you. They've already had an experience of your product or your service or your program. And if you're not making offers to your own clients consistently, you are missing out on some of the highest dollar sales that you're ever going to possibly make. So you want to have a system in place for your business where you're going back and making upsell offers, on an ongoing basis to your own customers and clients. Same thing goes for reactivations. Most businesses have no system in place to go back and reactivate their past clients. A lot of times the easiest sale that you're ever going to make in your business is going to be reactivating someone that already worked with you and is excited to work with you again. It's just that people also have really busy lives. They have a lot going on. They go through seasons. Things are at one time very important and then get pushed down on the list because of various things that come up. And most of the time when people stop working with you, it's not because there is anything negative or a reason why they don't want to work with you anymore. It's just that priorities shifted in their life. They moved, they forgot, they got distracted, whatever the case. And they're actually excited when you come back to them. They're excited to get started again. They're excited to get that focus, that support, that resource, that tool, whatever it is that you help with. So reactivations is a very easy strategy. It's a very short-term strategy, meaning that you can get results in that area very, very quickly. And again, because these are people that worked with you before, a lot of times these are going to be higher dollar sales than your initial entry-level sales to a new prospect. And then, finally, under the sales and marketing umbrella is the retention. So many businesses are, paddling as hard as they can with these oars in the water to go as fast as they possibly can. And the problem is they have all these holes in the bottom of their boat. And the holes in the bottom of the boat are that they're not doing upsells, they're not doing reactivations, and they're not focused on customer retention. They're not focused on customer retention. So it's 7 times more expensive to go get a new customer than it is to reactivate and retain and continue to get business from someone that's already bought from you. So you definitely want to make sure you have good quality check process in place, that you're having great customer support, that when someone leaves, you're really trying to understand why and what you can do to, bring them back on board and what you can do to improve in the future and get feedback and support on all of that. So, just make sure that you are really focused on retaining the customers that you do have and that you don't get so distracted in getting new customers that you miss out on the opportunity to keep the ones that you already paid money to do lead generation for and have worked so hard to get. Okay. Now, the next big system I want to talk about is platform building. So this is all about building your audience. And we do a lot of work in the Unstoppable Entrepreneur Program with teaching people how to stop chasing clients and start attracting them. And the way that you do that is through attraction marketing. It's through building and engineering your celebrity. And that means building your platform. It's building fans that, support you, listen to you, watch you, want to buy anything that you put out there. It's engaging with your audience, tracking and measuring data for your product and service, and building the number of raving fans that you have so that you can expand out and, sell digital products or sell products in quantity or sell one-to-many with launches effectively and have an audience that's prepped and primed and ready to go. And like I said, this is one of the number one things we teach in the Unstoppable program is how to move from one-to-one to one-to-many, and how to do so by building your platform, engineering your celebrity that's coming off the page and becoming the go-to niche authority in your field, where people are requesting consultations with you, people are joining your programs without you having to actually talk to someone. They're just pushing a button and buying. And if you're interested in learning more about the Unstoppable Entrepreneur Program, you can go to kellyroachcoaching.com/yes. It is an absolutely unbelievable business growth accelerator that has helped many, many people already to make very substantial leaps in their business. So if you want speed, if you want a system, if you want support, if you want coaching and accountability, go to kellyroachcoaching.com/yes to check that out. So system number 9 is engaging with your audience and platform building. And that's all about moving from you having to sell to get the client to you being able to attract people to you and make quantities of sales, whether it's involving you or not. And that's what I'm talking about when I talk about systems setting you free. I'm talking about getting to the point where you don't need to necessarily be involved in the sales that are happening in your business. Okay. And then number 10, so the people piece. This is absolutely huge. Delegation, training, managing, cross-training. Episode number 73 was all about the key steps that you can take to get a massive return on investment for the employees that you have and really improve the ROI that you're getting. So if you haven't listened to that episode, make sure you go back. That's episode number 73, where we teach you how to get a massive ROI for your employees. So, you want to definitely make sure you have systems for repurposing, you have your training program documented, you have videos done so that someone can quickly and easily come in and learn everything they need without involving and pulling the rest of your staff into that. And the better documented you are with systems around that, the less of your time and your team's time is going to be taken away from productive activities to go through the basics that can easily be trained using systems and repurposed content and that type of thing. And then finally, client onboarding and offboarding. So this is making sure that you have superior customer service delivery, you have a great quality assurance program, you deliver on what you promise, clients are raving fans, they're happy, they're going to buy from you again and again, and they're going to tell other people great things about you. So it's all about getting systems in place in your business so that it can run with or without you. You want to get systems in place so that you can have time freedom. And the way that you do that, number one, is starting with managing your money, which is why I started with that at the beginning of the program. Then you move into sales and marketing, which is all about closing clients, right? It's all about getting money coming into the business, cash flow. And then after you get cash flow, then it's about leverage and scale. That's where the engagement, the platform building, the system around building an audience, engineering your celebrity comes from. And then finally making sure that you over deliver so that you have customers that stay with you for life and people are satisfied. Your reputation and your brand is a self-perpetuating cycle that continues to grow. So that's kind of the journey of the systems that you want to put in place with your business. But again, you have to remember your why. You have to remember, why did you get in business in the first place? And you have to know that systems will set you free. And yes, it's a lot of work to get all of these things set up in your business, but once you have them up and running, it absolutely will be the number one source for freedom. So again, I want to let you know that you can get the guide that teaches you all of this and kind of gives an overview of these systems at kellyroachcoaching.com/83 to get the guide. That's kellyroachcoaching.com/83. Also mentioned today was the Unstoppable Entrepreneur Program that walks you through building your 7-figure business foundation. You can get that by going to kellyroachcoaching.com/yes. And I want to remind you one more time that if you haven't already checked out the episodes on Close a Client a Week, as well as episode 73 that talks about how to get a massive ROI for your employees and team members, I want you to do that homework, check those out, because they're going to make a massive difference for you. So thank you so much for everyone for being with me for today's episode. I hope you got some great strategies and tips on how systems will set you free in your business, and I look forward to continuing to support you on your success journey. Until next time, I want to remind you to dream big, take action, and don't stop until you make it happen. Thanks for listening to Unstoppable Success Radio. And if you're not already a member of my private email community, I want you to text the word IGNITE to 44222. Text the word IGNITE to 44222 to get all the resources, trainings, swipe files, and tips I only share there. If you're not already a member, all you have to do is text IGNITE to 44222 to get in on all the action. Thanks so much.